So, I'm still doing the old-fashioned way. Got my kratom. I went and just made a pot the way I normally do, steep. There's those sunflowers, and we're watching at Eternity's Gate about Van Gogh. So here we're doing our first official proper boil. So we're going to do 20 minutes on the boil. This is a teaspoon of white hulu and green Borneo, I believe. And what I did is I had a little bit of plant material left over before making that other pot that I just showed you behind me. So I just threw it in as well. I did a liter with those 2 teaspoons, which is normally what I make with just a steep tea, but of course I'm going to be losing a lot on the steam, so I just went and added some more water. So yeah, I'm going to go boil that up. A little tip that I would mention is make sure to put it in the fridge once it cools, because that'll help get the plant material to settle out, especially in this case when you're boiling the material. You don't need the plant material anymore. I wouldn't think so. So I'm going to try it without the plant material. If anybody else has done this, and whether or not they consume it with the plant material, yeah, they could share that. Leave it down in the comments below. But make sure you're supporting all of your kratom buddies, anybody who's sharing their use and relief from kratom, because, I mean, I'm not the only one that's been able to use this for years, get off of opiates, and I've developed no addiction whatsoever. I mean, I just came off another couple weeks where I didn't really even use the kratom, just to see whether it was still giving me benefit, because again, there are things, right, that you still think is giving you benefit, but it's just a placebo. I've run into that. So I just wanted to make sure I was actually seeing some real benefits from using the kratom. And oh boy, yeah, without it, it was a real nightmare, right? But yeah, so on that note, and considering how difficult it might be in the near future, because remember, as soon as the vast majority of the public learns that kratom is such a beneficial plant, I mean, it's going to become subject to legislation so that Big Pharma doesn't have to compete against it. And worse yet, places like Indonesia, Thailand, they're not really big on the exportation. So, and when it takes years for these trees to grow and develop, I'm not looking forward. So I'm trying not to waste this, and more importantly, trying to get the most benefit out of it with, of course, an end goal of getting off it completely. So that's why we're going to start down a new road where we're going to, get healthy. We're going to take the yoga seriously, and, a heavy-duty practice of meditation, eating right, getting healthy, and then hopefully we won't even need this kratom, right? It got us off of opiates. It helped us get healthy, get our life straight, right? We want it to be a tool, not a crutch, right? So on that note, make sure you support, subscribe, and share all of your kratom buddy videos. I mean, we need to get as many people off of those opiates. If it's going to risk our kratom supply and save thousands or millions of lives, I think it's well worth it. In the long run, science will find a way to harvest these wonderful alkaloids, and everyone will see the benefit. But of course, those of us who have blazed the trail, we'll probably suffer first, just like cannabis. Those of us who have spent decades trying to find relief by a plant medicine, we suffer at the hands of so many. But when you hold on to your goal of trying to share this healing protocol, whatever it may be, kratom, cannabis, meditation, mindfulness, yoga, pranayama, breathing, pranic breathing, anything that is healing for you, you want to share it so that you can help others, right? And that's our goal. So here I'm trying to see whether we can get this boiling kratom to work.